Welcome to my channel, Glorious English. If you want to learn English through real stories, you are in the right place. Today's story is about a young girl who loved to open clocks, break toys, and ask, "How does this work?" She followed her curiosity and entered a world no woman had entered before. Her ideas changed everything in a way no one expected. This is the surprising life journey of Grace Hopper, the woman who taught computers to speak. Grace Hopper was born in 1906 in New York City. She lived in a tall house with big windows and a view of busy streets. From the time she was a little girl, she liked opening things to see how they worked. Once, she took apart her family's alarm clock. When her mother asked why, Grace said, "I want to understand what makes it tick." Her mother smiled and kept giving her more old clocks so she could learn without breaking the working ones. This small event showed her early curiosity, a curiosity that would one day change the world. At school, Grace loved numbers. She liked solving puzzles and measuring things. While other children drew pictures, she made small notes about how machines moved. She asked hundreds of questions, especially why and how. Her teachers sometimes felt tired, but they also admired her bright mind. When she grew older, she went to Vassar College and then to Yale University. She studied mathematics, a subject most girls avoided at that time. But Grace never followed the crowd. She followed her excitement. After studying, Grace became a math teacher. Her classroom was always lively. She explained lessons with small stories. She would say, "Think of numbers like people who want to work together." Students loved her friendly style. But deep inside, Grace felt she wanted something more. She wanted to work with machines, not only chalk and blackboards. She wanted to solve big problems. Then one day, the world entered a new age of machines. Early computers were being built, huge machines that filled entire rooms. They did not have screens or keyboards. They made loud clicking sounds. They needed many people to operate them. Grace heard about these computers and immediately felt excited. She thought, "This is where I belong." Grace joined a team working on a computer called the Mark I. She was amazed when she first saw it. It was long, heavy, and covered in wires. But to her, it was beautiful. She spent hours watching how it moved. She learned how it followed instructions. She also learned how slow and limited it was. Every small program took so much time. But Grace believed computers could do more. One day, her team had a problem. The computer stopped working. Everyone checked wires and switches. Finally, they found a tiny moth stuck between the parts. Grace laughed and said, "So this is the bug." She gently removed the insect and taped it in her notebook with the label, "First Actual Bug Found." This small moment became a famous story in computer history. It also gave birth to a new word people still use today, debugging. Grace noticed something. People had to write instructions in long, hard machine codes. It was like speaking a language no human naturally used. She asked herself, why can't computers understand our words? Many experts told her it was impossible. They said machines were not meant to understand English. But Grace never accepted impossible. She said, "Let's try." With great patience, she began creating something new, a compiler. It was a tool that would translate human language into machine language. It took many long nights, many mistakes, and many restarts. But Grace kept going. She believed computers should work for people, not the other way around. After months of work, her compiler succeeded. It could take simple English commands like add numbers and turn them into machine instructions. This was a historic moment. It meant ordinary people could write programs. It made computers easier for everyone. Many people later said that Grace's compiler opened the door to the modern world. But Grace was not done. She wanted to create a common language that businesses could use, a language that worked everywhere. This dream led to COBOL, a new programming language based on simple English. Many people doubted her again, but she continued with her calm smile. She loved challenges. She worked with teams, listened to ideas, and built a language that would last many decades. COBOL became one of the most used languages in the world, especially in banking, government, and business. Grace was not only a computer scientist, she also served in the U.S. Navy. She wore her uniform proudly and believed in discipline, teamwork, and service. She became known for her friendly humor and her bright spirit. She carried small pieces of thick wires in her pocket and gave them to people. She said, "This is a nanosecond. How far electricity travels in 1/1000th of a second." She used this simple joke to explain a big scientific idea. People loved her clever teaching style. Even in her later years, Grace did not slow down. She visited schools, companies, and conferences. She encouraged young people to be curious, brave, and creative. She told them, "The most dangerous phrase in life is we've always done it this way." She believed in new thinking. She believed in new paths. She believed anyone could build the future. Grace Hopper lived 85 long and meaningful years. She left behind computers that listened to human words, programs that shaped industries, and ideas that inspired generations. She proved that questions can lead to great discoveries, and that courage can open new worlds. Her life teaches us that curiosity is powerful. Mistakes are lessons, and simple ideas can change history. Today, when people write code or use computers, a small part of Grace's work touches their lives. She showed the world that even the biggest machines can learn to understand the simple language of human beings. Thank you for watching Glorious English. Please like this video if you enjoyed the story. I hope this story helped you learn English and feel inspired. Subscribe to Glorious English to learn English through real stories. Remember, big changes start with small curiosity, just like Grace Hopper. See you in the next story. Until then, keep learning, keep growing.